And we're live. Welcome to the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name's Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, where you can find all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. Right now, where's my button? Working on this Finnegan's Wake flag, and we're outlining all the letters in black. It's fun. Hopefully, well, what this is going to do is it's going to, wherever the letters touch the gold rings, it's going to make them pop out just real nicely. I don't have enough black rings for all of the letters, so I'm going to have to order some more. But I don't have enough green rings to finish this project. So hopefully I will be able to go and get the same ring sizes in similar colors. Got to order some test batches first. And we may even try a couple different manufacturers, which that'll be an interesting experience. I've ordered most of my rings from the Ring Lord up to this point, but they changed the way they sized their rings to make them more true to size. So if it says it's a 1/4 inch, it is now a 1/4 inch, whereas before, because of springback, which is when wire unravels on a mandrel, it springs back a little bit, and that adds a little bit to the diameter of the ring. So they didn't adjust for that when I ordered these rings, but they do now. So I'll order the 18 gauge 1/4 inch in green and gold and black, check the sizes, and adjust from there. I wish that they had a conversion chart up on their website that let you know what the ring size used to be and what it is now. But I don't know if they have that information anywhere, to be honest. Man, that's looking good. Just that little top part right there. Pull this section out. This is incredibly time consuming. You're pulling rings out one by one. And they're already in place, and you're literally just, tearing it apart. But it's gonna look better, it's gonna be worth it. And hopefully once I get all the gold rings out, they will all match somewhat, a little bit better than they do now. So it's gonna be worth it. I just want to switch everything out now so that once I get to a point where I'm working on the rest of this inlay, I'm not engaging in self-defeating work where I don't line the letters with black and I use the same shade of gold and then just have to go switch it all out anyway because I run out of rings. trying to head that off. So I've been working on this for a little bit tonight. Got a chance to get down here. Got a little bit of this black around the edge. In the future, I don't think there's going to be a lot of time for me to work on this outside of the stream. I will not have a job here pretty soon, so I'll have all the free time I could have, but it's going to be taken up with trying to make money. Hey Rick, how you doing? Hanging out with heavy hands full, going through some things. Might not post as much. Yeah, hey, appreciate you being here. Fix that closure there because that was terrible. Who closed that ring? I've got a lot of those. You know, rings that are just, you know, they don't have the best closures. No one to blame but myself. And this was started. Okay, so it had to be 2006, 2007 time frame when I first started going to this bar. Hey Barb, going through your old mail trying to find some things you never finished that has some gold 16 square rings. You thought you had more, but you don't. Oh no. I hate when that happens. It's just like me. I thought I had more green rings, but I don't. So yeah, I'll have lots of free time, and I will use that to supplement my income. So I will be focused on that and not on working on projects outside of stream. Evening folks, couple more rings for riveted 20 gauge stainless steel tonight. Not as fun as butted mail cutting? Yeah, I'll bet. How is your tool that you developed working for that, for cutting riveted rings there, John? I think I should have a whole stream series on making riveted rings so that I can learn how to do it. Another thing I need to do is I need to segment my stream on YouTube into channels. Not channels, into like video playlists. God, I need to write that down. it would, because it's kind of just a running stream on my YouTube channel, right? But I can make it so that it's, you know, oh, this video has this project in it, or this playlist has this project in it, this playlist has that project, you know. Larger ones for the 60 gauge mild steel clippers have munched 15 pounds of rings now, but need to anneal them still, so just piles of rings. We all know what that looks like, yeah. Yeah, I do indeed. So you guys watching, tell me something. Is there enough light on my hands? You all make chainmail, right? So you all have a sense of what I'm doing, but how does that come across on screen? Does it come across okay? I think it looks okay over on, I got my phone over here showing me the Twitch channel and chat. And of course my computer is kind of like right by, there's a bunch of light shining onto the front of my computer, so it's not the brightest. Yes, enough lighting? Okay. Don't worry about it too much then. Alright. I do love the amount of lighting, and I do really appreciate the LED recommendation, because that has been life-changing. I can actually see a ton as opposed to having my desk lamp over here be the main bearer of light. Could be more light. Looks dark green and yellow is only known due to there being silver in the inlay as well. Okay. Could be more light. We can get more light. We have room for more light. Actually been really interesting, like adding any light specifically for the stream, and just how much brighter it's gotten already. More LEDs. New raid, Roguely with 5 viewers. So over on Twitch, there's a chainmail streamer named Roguely. I was hanging out with him and a couple people on there, and they just raided. Oh, hey, nice face to the name. Hi, Lexi. Yeah, Lexi's handmade. She makes cool stuff. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. This is like my second raid ever. Maybe my third. It's still amazing. Alright, you want to see it? So this is my Finnegan's Wake flag. Can I zoom out at all? No, that's as far out as it's gonna go, so I can't get the whole thing on screen, but I can. Let's see here. This, and that. You can get a much better look at it. So right now, all of this says Finnegan's, and then down here it's gonna say Wake, and it's gonna look like this when it's all done. Right, so all that scroll work, right, and then the lettering, and right now what I'm doing is, because you have a hard time distinguishing between the gold and the silver. Kind of don't know where letters begin and end. I am currently lining this F over here with black rings around the edge, and it's making it look so much better. How many rings do I think this is? Here. Okay, so the Raiders flag that I did was about this big right here. Right where my two hands are, and that was 8,000 rings. So in the realm between, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 15. It's over 8,500. So actually just finished up all of the top portion, and then when I'm done I will make chainmail loops across the top to hang it. Let me throw these back up here. Let me grab something real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is my Shamu inlay. Is that the right way? I think that's the right way. These are engineered plastic rings, but this is how I'm gonna make the loops on top. And then I'll hang it. And we'll make some kind of dowel for it and get some mounts for it and put it on the wall. But, so I'll have loops across the top to mount it, and then I don't know how many rings it's going to be when I finish. Giving a lot more dimensions with the black outline. Yeah, I like it too. I think it's worth it to do it, and then making all the gold rings match, because they don't match right now. None of the green rings match either, but I do have enough gold to replace all the gold in here. I need an LED blacklight box frame. That'd be pretty cool. Do the plastic rings snap apart? They're kind of like shower curtain rings, except, what do you call it? They are...
She was murdered.
The way they close is just a little bit different. Is my hat chainmail print? Yes, my hat is chainmail print. We'll make that plastic ring lighter pretty. Yeah. So Lexi, if you go to my website, MailleWerX.com, you can see all of the chainmail themed apparel and accessories that I sell. I don't sell any actual chainmail on there, but I do have fun stuff like these clasps, these little skull spade beads, findings like that on there, and then everything else is a chainmail themed print item that I've designed and built my store around. There. So, all right. And then let's do this. Right. So, see, I'm working my way around the F, adding these black rings, and it is really going to start popping out when I put the black rings around the silver letters where they touch the gold. That's really just, everything's just going to pop out there. How much weight do these hold? Could a sex swing be made? Yes. I'm going to go with yes. Or did it pinch too much? You got a hole in your weave. Thank you, Peg. Yeah. It would probably pinch too much. But there's no... Okay. So if you had like a platform, depends on your ass hairs, you guess. Yeah. Always happy to help. Weave dependent on pitching. I think that if you had like the swing made of material and used chains to hold it, chainmail chains that were welded, you could make a sex swing out of it. That's, you know, definitely strong enough to support a human. But I wouldn't trust any other type of chainmail ring other than welded for that project. Something like that's much too... It's an item that's going to be used much too rigorously to handle the abuse of butted rings or riveted rings would work too, but that's, again, you've got a lot of areas for pinching. Not sure what you walked into tonight. I got raided by a bunch of people over on Twitch, and they're asking, you know, some fun questions. So, yeah, I'm tearing all of this apart. And it's just a matter of putting hours into it and getting it done. I've had the bulk of this done for a number of years, and the whole point behind me starting to stream at all was so that I would finish a bunch of the projects down here. And the Shamu inlay that you saw was done on stream. I did a Raiders flag on stream for a buddy of mine. A couple other small projects, but just the fact that I'm here, I'm dedicating an hour a night, a minimum, to finish this stuff up. You know, I've got a tremendous amount done. All right, John says 12 gauge, 12 to 8 gauge welded links, attach proper anchors with a safety mat. Peg. Next project for Sean, bondage stuff. You know, there are plenty of people who are into that sort of stuff and who already have the knowledge on how to make it better than I could. So I can try, but I think that's going to be probably handed off to someone more knowledgeable about the bondage kink scene. It's one of those things that I'm not familiar with at all. Like combo paracord and mail you've seen for better rigging? Yeah. That's what you break out the leather for? Yeah. I have a friend who only does fetish shows. I haven't spoken with him in a number of years, but he is still making chainmail, and like, okay, less pressure on the mail to support the whole setup. Oh, with mail and paracord? Yeah. I need to be this way. No, I need it to be the other way. Does it look like I know what I'm doing? Well, I don't. So yeah, you could make some welded chainmail chains that would support a human being easily. You got the right welding setup. And add some paracord or some leather or some type of swing that was a material that was comfortable for the two people, but I would only use the chainmail as an accessory, not as something to lay on. So if you did, like, I don't know, chainmail Byzantine netting, right? Like Byzantine, a hexagon sheet of Byzantine. You could make a swing out of it for sure. A full body suit chainmail with only 3 holes. That's my apocalypse outfit. Yes, Byzantine web would, you could make a swing out of it. Would it be comfortable? My guess is no. But I suppose it would kind of be like a hammock, where the more you have of it, the more your weight spread out. The better off you are. So, could it be done? Yeah. Is it? You know, I think that making the chains for it would be wiser. It's like people who request banana hammocks. Eyes and ass. Like a beaded car seat? Yeah, like a beaded car seat. They're like a shirt of mail, how the ring closures. How's the ring closures? The meshes can feel amazing, yeah. So sure. You'd want to use all like saw cut rings to make sure your closures were perfect, and you want to tumble it for a year. Because the last thing you want to do is get a burr from a ring stuck in your ass. But yeah, sure, you could totally do it. And other fun stuff for people who are into that sort of thing. The mesh feels great till you find the odd off closure, then depending on ring. But again, the MailleWerX like the, yeah, like a bed of nails. Yeah, like a bed of nails, or like a hammock, or the more points of pressure that you have, you know, the less concentrated it is on one spot, and so I don't know. Project like that, the burn in the ass might be what 126, 114 is looking for. It would definitely be a unique item that I'm sure, if made completely from chainmail, would fetch a pretty penny, because not many people would A, know how to make one, and or B, have the equipment to make one. So it'd definitely be a novelty. If I'm ever hard up on cash, I might consider it. Less space between pointy bits, the smoother it feels, and why you like the 20 gauge, it feels outstanding. 30 gauges like silk, yeah. I've seen 20 gauge soldered sheet of chainmail, just E4 in one. It was amazing. Made me want to stop everything I was doing and buy a bunch of silver rings and make myself one, but I never did. Buy welded machine made stuff. run cables through the rings to heavy corner rings. Materials would be like $300. Yeah, there's an option. Okay, so for those of you who aren't aware, they do make chainmail mesh, right? And they use it in things like Neptunic shark suits, and then the Hell House in England is currently surrounded by giant curtains of it to keep the weather off. So if you took a sheet of that and trimmed it to size, it would already be welded, and then you could basically create whatever shape you wanted, essentially, and then hang it up from the ceiling with some cables or whatnot. Ooh, the skull. You talking about the sugar skull? Let's see here. Oh, come here. You could make a hammock. You could totally make a chainmail hammock. Hang on a second. Which side is up? There we go. This is what that design looks like printed on a blanket, right? And this is not quite how it turns out now. The design has been updated. And that's the bottom, because I'm a moron. There we go. Okay, there's the top of the skull. Right? And actually, do I have this up? There's a better way to do this. There we go. I can't tell if you guys can see this or not. And then the nose. I'm trying to hold this up as best I can. And the teeth. So, and it's a nice fuzzy blanket. Oh, sorry. Need a photo prop pull down curtain. That is beautiful. Thank you. Cool. I'm glad I figured out how to work my freaking camera. Here we go. So then I think that one comes in a hooded blanket style. It's not just this rectangle blanket, right? And then let's see here. Oh, I've got the Jelly Cube hooded blanket and the Irish flag blanket over here as well. If and you want to see those. Yeah. So I decided I wasn't happy with the number of chainmail themed apparel and accessories that were out in the world, and I started designing my own. And I just bought some some more RAM for my computer. It should be here this next week so I can process larger images for duvets and bed sheets and stuff like that. Shower curtains. Fun stuff. Do they make stainless rings or galvanized for outdoor use? Yes. You can buy both of those materials. If you go to theringlord.com, you can go and look. I think they have the largest selection of material. Other ring makers focus on like one or two. Like there's one, Urban Mail does only silver. Maybe they do gold too. JoshDiliberto.com does steel and some titanium. Hyperlinks, I think, is all anodized aluminum. But the Ringlord, last I checked, they had galvanized steel rings. And they definitely have stainless steel rings. Kind of want to make a weighted blanket out of chain now. Basically chain on one side, normal fleece blanket on the other side. Yeah. Yup. You should totally do that. I've been looking for a way to get those manufactured. Get the saw cut these days. Don't buy machine cut if you can avoid it. Yeah, I had a bad run-in with the machine cut stainless from TRO this last go around. Hence why my coif is taking forever. All these projects take forever, especially on projects like this one where you tear half of it apart before moving forward. But the coif, I've got a bunch of, I ordered a bunch of machine cut rings for it, and they are all almost down to every last ring. They're what we call sixed, where one side of the ring is, one side of the end of the ring is inside the other end of the ring. So you gotta true them up before you weave each one. It has not been a fun ordeal. Yeah, a weighted blanket would definitely be cool. I have seen for sale one king-size chainmail blanket, and this was, God, 20 years ago. You tumble, you clip, cut and rings for 14 hours or so now since getting your tumbler in July. 4 hours with water changes, 3-pound batches. Yeah. Tumbler's a must if you're working with. Well, I know a lot of people that tumble anodized aluminum for like 20 minutes, so even they find use out of it. I have never tumbled anodized aluminum. I don't really work with it enough to warrant doing that, and I don't have much of it left, right? This project is the last anodized aluminum project that I had purchased a large amount of rings for, and so everything else is just like leftovers. How would one attach a ball gag to a chainmail mask? I have no idea. So that is where the kink community in the chainmail community, the subset of communities, right, would know more than me. And why, if you were to ask me to make something like that, I would point you in their direction. Not because I don't think I can figure it out, but they most likely have the skills and the know-how to do a better job than me. Maybe that's my problem, you know. You look at my store and it's, you know, it's all cool stuff, right? Maybe I just need to niche down and make chainmail themed bondage equipment. Doodle a desired picture and post it in the mail group and see what folks show. Yeah. Are feet protectors a type of bondage equipment, or is that... Are you just saying feet I'm confused. What is going on? I don't know. I'm out of my element, Donnie. Socks and shoes. There's a whole mail show company. Mail shoe company, yeah. You sneak out to take a shower and we're still on bondage stuff. Yeah, we circled back to it. We did have a MailleWerX commercial break there for a second, showing off one of the Sugar Skull blankets. We did talk about something else, but it got brought back up. Did you miss a good conversation? I don't know, because I can't answer some of these questions because I don't know the answer. There are... They're questions I don't have a basis of knowledge for. Some of them, anyway. GhostBarefoots.com. God, I can't imagine trying to walk in those. I should buy a pair, though. Right? I should have a pair of chainmail shoes. If anyone has a pair, right? I wonder if they make them in extra wide for my fat feet. They added a whole tread to the bottom now? Okay, that seems more reasonable. I can't do the barefoot. I can't walk barefoot. Standing in the military and then in nursing in general just gave me horrendous plantar fasciitis that anytime I stand for long periods of time, instantly flares up. So I can't imagine trying to wear those. But I should just get a pair for fun. You've seen those before? Yeah, they've been around for a little bit. When they first popped up, they had no sole at all, and it was skates on concrete. Oh, man, I can imagine. Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious. Yeah, if they have soles now, I definitely need a pair. I wonder if I can become a brand ambassador for them and get like some kind of mutual company back and forth. Like a glove gripping a sword awkward. Alright, ooh. This F is almost wrapped. We all like it when our Fs are wrapped, right? You got your male mojo back tonight, making a bunch of Trinity tokens. Awesome. Alright. For those of you on Twitch who don't know, I have Twitch and Facebook and YouTube going all at the same time. So, you pop over to the MailleWerX page on Facebook or to my personal page. You will meet other chainmail artists hanging out with me that all do amazing work. They do cooler stuff than I do. Alright. Come on. You're avoiding welding the last 8 inches of Argentium. Why? Like, because you don't want to? Because you're tired? Or like, because it doesn't need it? Trying to talk yourself into it? Not cooler, just different. I make cool stuff too. Thanks. I'm blushing. Alright. Double check and make sure that that's all the rings around the F that we need. Your muses don't like to finish things. I have this desk and 2 whole other tables. That are dedicated to unfinished projects. Alright, how does that look? Right? Looks good. It's gonna look badass by the time we're done. My lights washed the blush out. It's planned that way. Totally planned that way. Alright, I'm curious how this is gonna look with black where these gold rings currently are. Yeah. Speaking of making cool stuff, there is a teapot upstairs that I got from a neighbor lady down in Texas for staining her front porch because it was in the sun all day long and it just got washed out. I was like, I just finished building a deck on the back of my house in Texas, which was kind of pointless because it was 1,000 degrees out there all the time. So I had all this leftover stain and I was like, hey, you want me to stain your porch there? And she let me, and then she gave me a teapot, and it's all black, which if you're gonna wrap something in chainmail, black is a good way to go. I have a 64-ounce beer growler that's all black, and it just really shines. It's nice. Other things, like I do a lot of coffee cup wraps that are silver, and so stainless kind of gets washed out on that surface. Not too much, but it would be better if it was black. I think. I don't know. I don't know my colors, so. Wrapping something in chainmail, black's the way to go. Little black dress it is, yeah. Little black dress. I don't know, I don't remember the lady's name who does the chainmail for, like, fashion runway shows, but some of her shit's pretty cool. once you go black. It's not, it is known. She did something recently that was fucking mind-blowing. But no, there's a artist who does just chainmail stuff. Oh, little black shirt and skirt. I like that. Yeah, so it's like all E4 in one. It's some, I don't want to call them simple designs, right? You'd have to look it up, like Chainmail fashion show or something. Because I don't know who the creator was. Rugley's got a great idea. Sweet. Oh crap. Don't do that. I have this desk all nice and cleaned up. Don't go ruining it. I do too. I'm excited. I've made boundaries for what I allow on my desk, and it's helped tremendously in keeping things clean. The other two tables are a fucking disaster. Black shirt and gold shirt, and black overshirt, like a little black leather coat. The juices are flowing. Because you can. You can make anything you want out of chainmail if you just, you know, put time and effort into it. You can knock it out. Like, I have 3 chainmail shirts with a 4th on the way, 1 motorcycle vest. Oh my god. I guess we'll do that tomorrow night. Okay, so I'll talk about it now and then we'll do it tomorrow night. Let me put this ring in and then we'll call this done for tonight. I just wanted to see what this black looked like, where the gold was, because it should just pop. Like, boom, look at that eye. Right there. Okay? Where that gold, where it hits that gold, it's like, there it is. There's the definition of the letter. I love it. Okay. So here was my super smart idea that I came up with earlier. Except the goblin who refuses to be anything but Elvis. You still got that hip swaying problem with your goblin there. Alright, okay, so opinion time, everybody, if you would. We like the black, we should continue with it, yes? No? Stop what I'm doing? Change my life, go do something else? This is a good idea, right? Like, I should continue? I need validation. Not really, I'm gonna continue doing it anyway. Continue with it? Sweet. I like it. Like the way it's coming out. I'm happy with how it looks because I wasn't sure. Alright. And now that I've started doing it, I think it's absolutely necessary that I do it in order to get the rest of this to look right. Because you can see just how washed out it gets, right? The black outline it is. Yes. Yes, the black looks good. It defines the white. Sweet. All through here, see how washed out it is. There's more of that on the next letter. The next word. Right? Where it says wake. A lot of areas for that to get, like, just visually mixed up. So, I think it's necessary. Oh. So I will continue with that, get some more work done. Like I said, as of next week, I won't have a job, so a lot of my free time will be dedicated to specifically making money. But I will continue to stream that. Okay, and then here's my super brilliant idea. Okay. All right. Where is this? And then I need. Okay, so vest extender, right? So whenever I'm riding with these, they always end up like this. Okay, like they're not stable. They look cool, like that, laying flat, they look awesome. They're not stable, right? They always just look sloppy when you're wearing them. Okay, so I wanted to stop that. So I thought, okay, well I'll cut out, you know, I'll make a copy, make a little template, and then put some eyelets in there, right? These eyelets would absolutely be touching, right? And you probably wouldn't be able to fit them all and space it out and do all that, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. This option sucks. This is the wrong leather, and these eyelets wouldn't fit in this space anyway. I could make it a little larger, whatever. Since I don't have the right leather to reproduce these, what I'm just gonna do is take all this off, and I'll do this probably tomorrow on stream. And I'm gonna make 2 cuts into here so that I have 3 little loops. We're going to, where's a ring? I have 100 million rings lying around, and I can't get one for this demonstration. Come on. All right, we'll use gold because that's all I have right now. I need at least 3 rings. Do I have 3 rings? So we're gonna make 2 cuts. Okay. And so we're gonna loop a ring through to attach them there. One for the middle one. Okay. Because this has 2 layers and it's wrapped around, you know, we'll just hook the rings through the loop and through the Byzantine here, right? Does that make sense? Okay. I meant to do that tonight, but I got wrapped up in having so many wonderful visitors tonight because I hate the way that these look like they look sloppy, right? So we'll make some loops, and then we'll put some rings through the loops, and then hook them to the Byzantine on both sides, and call it a day. It should look great, right? Once I get the leather to reproduce these, I'll probably have some fancier buttons for them for my vest, right? I hope that made sense, but it will make more sense later, even if you don't quite follow my thinking process right now. But that, I thought, was a brilliant way. Oh my god, music's awful. I think it's a brilliant way to stabilize these and not have them slide all over the place. You hate those style crimp eyeliners for male eyelets. They always pull out in key rings. About on the ring, yeah. Made sense trying to adapt it to your own issue, yeah. So I'm not using this rectangular ring here, right? That's being thrown out. Just using the flap for the button, making 2 cuts. So I got 3 leather loops, close to the same size, and then gonna hook a ring through each loop, probably 2 rings, okay, and then connect them to the Byzantine. It should be good to go. Should be stable at that point. I'm gonna try it tomorrow, if I remember. So, I hope that helps. All right, guys, it's just over an hour. You got a nice whole line. You'll send you that. We'll sharp on it. Not a whole line. What? Okay. Send me whatever you want, buddy. Yeah. All right, with that, guys, I'm at my hour for the evening. I do have to get up and go to work tomorrow. I don't know how streams are. Okay, right now we're doing Sunday through Thursday. That's the plan. 9 to 10. And then I still have to get up and take my son to school, right? And be a productive member of society. So streams may stretch a little bit longer once I don't have to get up and go to work. So we will figure that out and meet each challenge as they come. All right, be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. And I will see all of you guys later. Rogley says, nice meeting you, Facebook people. Yeah, good. Come check out the Facebook page. You know, try to get them over to Twitch. And we'll all have fun online. And then also interviews. Still setting up for that. Still working on a plan for that. But it's coming. All right, you guys all have a wonderful evening. I will see you all